Oh, don't worry, we're here. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another community stream here on the Den of Nerds Live. Gonna be a special one tonight, man. Battle Bracket 2020. You guys know what the Battle Bracket is. We're gonna talk about the Battle Bracket tonight. Special community stream, just getting into all of the ins and outs of DOS Battle Bracket. There should be a link in the chat. If you want to join in this stream, come on to the actual stream and chat with us. All you need to do is click that StreamYard link and obviously have StreamYard. It's just a browser thing. It's totally free. So that's all you need to do that. We are talking about the Battle Bracket. That's the bracket. That's the bracket. That's it. That's it down there. We're going to get into all of it. I want to just talk with you guys about this and sort of talk about our brackets and all of this craziness that is going on with that, okay? Holy crap, Chet. That is some aggressive music, brother. In fact, here, let's take that down. Take that down a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in a couple of people here. I'm going to bring in executive producer Al Schuler and Ken Cologne.
What up? Yo.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? Let's get you on the actual screen for the people at home as well. Let's see here. How do I do this? Chat, you're screwing everything up. Oh, okay, there we go. I got to make sure what camera I am, what camera I'm on.
Twice.
I'm going to slap Chat twice for sure, at least twice. So, gentlemen, how are we doing, man? How we all doing tonight?
Oh man, I'm cool. Case of the Mondays, but here, man, ready to get started. This battle bracket's got me hyped, man.
Yeah,
Got me hyped.
this battle bracket's pretty sick.
Yes.
What about you, Ken? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, no, same here. Hardcore case of the Mondays, but we're getting through it, and this stream's helping a lot. So I'm excited.
Good.
No doubt.
I'm glad. I'm gonna zoom out of my stuff just a little bit. My face was too big there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped, man. I got kind of a case of the Mondays too. Nothing like too crazy going down, but just one of those like kind of blah days. You know what I mean? Just kind of blah, with it.
Word.
But yeah, so battle bracket, for those of you watching that don't know what the battle bracket is, which I know many of you do, let's just go over it real quick. So this is a thing that we're doing that's similar to another thing they do in March that's pretty mad, and that's pretty much all I can say. I guess legally you're not supposed to say that it's like about March Madness or whatever. But essentially, this is a tournament that we're going to do, and that's the bracket down there. And we have a website for you guys where you can actually go fill out your very own bracket. Okay, so you can fill out your actual bracket. We're going to close that down next week, the submitting of brackets. And then the tournament will run throughout March. Each day there's going to be a new contest. This will be voted on by everybody. So there'll be a poll on our Twitter, there'll be a poll on the community tab, and then there'll be an Instagram post where people can vote via commenting whichever character they want to win. So it's a little bit of a popularity contest, but it's also like, who do we think is actually the more powerful of these characters? And yeah, it's just something fun that we're going to do. And so, yeah, that's going to be it. And, of course, the grand prize, I should mention, the person that either gets it completely correct or a person pulled randomly from those that get it most correct will get the Infinity Gauntlet, a big old Infinity Gauntlet, those, like, huge $150 gauntlets. And then we're going to give away some merch to other people that also get pretty close on it. So, right off the bat, guys, I just want to know, do you guys already have your brackets figured out? Have you went through this already and figured out who you think you're gonna put in there?
No, I haven't looked yet, man. I've seen the matchups, but that's going to require some deep analytical, deep diving on my part, man. I'm going to have to break down, start looking at stats and everything else, man. I'm taking this shit serious. I
Yeah.
want to be the best bracket between the EPs. Period.
Yeah,
Period.
man. Yeah,
Let's
dude,
go.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Ken, what do you think, man? Did you take a look? Do you have
Yeah.
picks already? Or?
Yeah, I got it up right in front of me right now, but it's weird. I have my winner, like, and it was pretty easy for me, but I kind of need to work backwards from that, because like, for me, there's like one clear winner, and then the rest.
Oh, okay. Who's the clear winner? Who's the clear winner?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Too much, but, I'm calling
Playing it
out
close.
Goku all the way.
You're calling Goku the whole way?
Yep.
So that's interesting. So I thought that would definitely be a possibility that people would call Goku the whole way. Some people said there was going to be a crowd of people that were Batman the whole way too. Both, dude, I'm just telling you, like it is what it is. So different fans think and feel about this stuff differently, right? So some Batman fans feel like it's Batman. His ultimate power is he's always prepared for any battle, right? Yeah. So he could literally beat anybody, given the prep time, and like if he's in the Batcave looking at this bracket here, he can figure that out. But to me, the thing that's kind of interesting is it's also sort of just a popularity contest, right? Because at the end of the day, like it's going to be voted on by a bunch of nerds, right? So in some way, it's like who's got the bigger fan base? You know what I mean? When I look at it, I got to tell you, I think the first battle is a lock, and unfortunately, if there's any He-Man fans out there, I just got to tell you, I don't think He-Man's getting past Spider-Man unless we do debate style. Yeah, Trev, I feel you, bro, but we're just doing votes. Like it's just so much easier to do votes.
Right.
Maybe we could do a different thing down the line that's a debating thing where we bring fans on and do a debate thing. That could be a totally different thing. But I'm telling you, I think Spider-Man is clutch in that first one, but almost immediately after that, it gets tricky. Like for me, like immediately after that, because on day 2 you've got it's Harry and Gandalf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harry and Gandalf, that is a tough one. That can honestly go either
Yeah.
way. And I mean like either way as far as from an actual fight and either way from a popularity standpoint. You know what I mean? Do you
Totally.
guys have
Oh yeah.
have any thoughts on that? Like what are your thoughts on Gandalf and Harry as far as like fans and also just their actual fight?
Yeah, I feel like, man, I don't know, because that Harry Potter contingency, bro, like those cats don't be playing, man. Like they get real serious with that Harry Potter, man. So
Yep.
if the Harry Potter fans turn out, man, Gandalf might be looking a little sick.
Yeah, right. Right, definitely. I don't know. What do you think, Ken? What do you think?
I
The
think
Potter fans gonna come out strong?
yeah, in terms of our like the hardcore Den of Nerds fan, for some reason I'm feeling like they'll be going more Gandalf.
Yeah.
Just popularity wise. Like I feel like people who like the hardcore subscribers are more Lord of the Rings than Harry Potter fans.
Yeah.
But in terms of an actual battle, I don't know. I don't know if I could call it. I need to do some more hardcore research.
Well, so this is where it gets really interesting because this is one of the things that we wanted to sort of dig into today was so the picture is Gandalf the White, right?
Mm.
So I think Gandalf the White is slightly more powerful than Gandalf the Gray. But then it's like, okay, if it's Harry, like obviously towards the end of his life, Harry's very strong. Does he not use? I forget exactly, but does he use the Elder Wand at one point? We need some Potterheads to like figure that out for us. But like that's sort of the thing. Like when we get down to Goku and we talk about Goku, it's like, what version of Goku are we talking about? Like what powers does he have access to? Is he going all the way up to Ultra Instinct? Like is he going Super Saiyan God? Are we just sticking with Super Saiyan? So that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to get into with this. But yeah, I think day 2. Oh, so Trev says Harry uses the Elder Wand briefly. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't he use it to kill or to cast away what's his face? Harry got OP with the Elder Wand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying for sure. You're a wizard, Luke. Love it. So then again, once we get to the third battle, that's another one that's very tough. Now I know what you're thinking, Ken.
Yeah.
And if we were in like a battle, I mean, I feel like it's got to be Goku over Luke.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Popularity wise, I think.
Popularity wise, it's
Gonna be
trickier.
tough.
Yeah,
Yes.
because there's so many Star Wars fans, particularly here at the Den, but just
Yep.
in general, I think there's a lot of Luke Skywalker fanboys out there that are going to make that very difficult for Goku. But I think, and I was just talking to the EPs about this. I think we actually have a good bit of Dragon Ball fans as well.
Mm.
I do. So we could potentially have Goku win that. Al, what do you think, man? I know you're not a huge Dragon Ball fan, but what do you think's happening? What do you think's going to happen in that one?
Well, look, we got to break this down and start talking dynamics, man, because where is this fight taking place? And what tools would Luke have at his disposal? Because if I were Luke, I just go to Toontown, grab some dip a la Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and throw Goku's ass in that shit. And that'd be Goku right there. We're done.
Yeah,
We're done
so
with that.
that's a good point. So I would say what I would think would be the best way to do this is that they're on some kind of a stage.
Battlefield.
Yeah,
No
like a
other.
battlefield. Yeah, like a tournament setting or something like that. And they have access to, like Luke would obviously have access to his lightsaber, and access to the Force and stuff like that. And I think he'd even be able to use the Force on different objects, maybe outside of it or whatever. And as far as Goku, I think he would just have his base, his gi and just himself, which is more than enough, honestly. But when it gets to some of the other characters too, like with Thanos, for instance, I'm pretty sure we agreed that it would be Thanos no gauntlet, right?
Okay.
That's a really powerful Thanos, but obviously that's not as strong as he would be if he, had the gauntlet. With Goku in particular, like the thing that I was thinking was there should probably be some kind of power scaling to it or like a leveling out of it where Goku, like, I don't know. I don't think he should get much more powerful than like Super Saiyan 3. Like if he's getting into Super Saiyan God, that's really tough. Like I almost feel like that should be a restriction Because like that's the thing. Like in Dragon Ball, like when he's going Super Saiyan God, like this dude is strong, bro. Like punching holes in like reality strong, like really, really ridiculously strong.
Well, damn.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's the way we're gonna have to do it. Should have done Goku and Vegeta instead of Frieza. Yeah, maybe. But we can obviously add Vegeta to another one as well.
That brings up an interesting point, though. I think because in the picture you have Golden Frieza, and in the tournament he was going like toe to toe with Super Saiyan Blue, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Yeah, because I did tell Ryan specifically to put Golden Frieza in there because he's awesome. So I don't know. Maybe we will have to let Goku go Super Saiyan God. But then again, like the EU, so the Luke Skywalker in the EU was so strong with the Force, like insanely strong, being able to like at one point I think he's described as when he was fighting, it looked like 1,000 lightsabers were dancing around or something like that. And I know he's like in Dark Empire, he's able to like do almost what the Emperor did in Episode 9 when he jacks up all the ships with the lightning. Luke can do that in Dark Empire out in space. So like, there's another one, right? Like, are we talking about like Dark Side, Dark Empire Luke, or what kind of Luke are we talking about? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's tough. I think it's kind of up for interpretation, but at the same time, like certain characters on here, I don't know. Like they're just gonna have a hard time, I think, winning that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Let's see who's got money on Skeletor for the win. Doctor Doom should be here too. Him and Conan for the win in the next bracket. Yeah. Nice. Trinity's here. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze.
Up, Trin?
Trinity, thanks, brother. We were just talking about you on the Patreon stream because Trinity, I need to get you on the morning stream on Wednesdays to talk comics with me. So I'm gonna hit you up about that because I really need you on the morning streams on Wednesday. Where's Doom and Moon Knight? Yeah, look, hey, we're gonna do this again. Relax, everybody. You know what I mean? We don't have everybody.
Man. It's only the first iteration.
First iteration. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Let's talk Batman and Neo. Al, give me your thoughts on Batman and Neo.
When I saw that matchup, man, my heart broke. My heart just broke. Yeah. I'm like, I love Neo. I love me some Neo, but Neo ain't fucking with Batman, bro. Like,
dude, so Batman, I'm kind of with
yeah, it's not gonna happen, man. It don't matter if it's in the Matrix, outside the Matrix, if it's in Zion, Batman's tearing that ass up. Neo's just gonna deal with it. Like, Neo's my dude. I love the Matrix, but he got a raw deal going up against the Cape Crusader in the first round, bro. That's a tough draw, man.
It's a tough
draw. That's a tough draw.
Yo, speak on that a little bit, Ken, because we were talking a little bit about that, and you were like, kind of downplaying the bats a little bit. But what do you think?
I'm with Al on this one. There, Neo, man, like, this is almost as rough as Spider-Man and He-Man. Like, it's just,
Yeah, I think especially because of the popularity aspect, you know what I mean? And Batman fans are going to be like, look, Batman's going to win, and he has that prep time ability. Like, as long as he has time to prep for an enemy, he can plan it. So, like, you know, with Neo or something, he'd have some kind of plug-in thing, or like he'll short circuit the Matrix or do something crazy.
Exactly.
And by the way, there have been iterations of Batman, like for instance, when he was a White Lantern or when he's on the Mobius chair. There have been versions of Batman that are godlike as well. You know what I mean? So that's a tough one. Definitely a tough draw for our good friend Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah, goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
I know we're all pretty sure he's going to be round one out. But let's get Jason in here.
What's up,
Jason? What's going on, man?
Yo,
I'm ready for battle.
Nice, dude. Nice. Look, I love the D&D setup too. And the dice in the background, very cool. Very cool. So let me just ask you this: we've been talking about a few of the choices already. Anything we talk about that you have issue with, or anything you want to bring up?
I think He-Man got a raw deal just for He-Man. No, pretty much. I think we're all in agreement, right? Like Batman. Well, I didn't hear what you said out with Goku and Luke. What you got? What was the consensus you guys came up with?
Dude, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. See, we all think that if it wasn't just relegated to like more of the Den of Nerds audience, because it'll mostly be Den of Nerds people probably voting on this and doing all that, it would probably be Goku. But because the Den of Nerds base has a lot of Star Wars fans, we're thinking that Luke could potentially pull it out, basically.
Yeah, I'm looking my first round: Batman, Luke, Gandalf, and Spider-Man. That's my solid first round winners right there.
So you think Gandalf for sure over Potter?
For sure. Gandalf the White all day. Especially, I agree with you guys. I think people around these parts are more inclined to go Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. No offense to the Potter heads or potheads, whatever they're called. Yeah.
There's some crossover there, I'm sure.
I've never watched a bit of Harry Potter. I'm not gonna lie. If that revokes my nerd card, I apologize.
No, you're good, bro.
No.
You're good, bro. We ain't worried about that shit over here. You know what I mean? All right, we'll get some hate mail. We'll get some hate mail for that, dude. What's that? A Warhammer or is that like a bot? What is that?
I actually made this. This is
nice.
That's teak. That's a Warhammer. I used to go LARP camping.
Nice.
Is where this getup was, and I made that myself. So I keep it by the back door.
Just in case. Yeah.
Just in case. It's the blunt force trauma,
I like it.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you guys a really funny story, just real quick. I had a buddy that did like that real life LARPing stuff too, and this dude would come back from these things. He did the version of it, Jason, where he actually wore actual metal chainmail, and they fought with metal weapons that were dulled down, but they were metal. Dude. This dude would come back with like these. He looks like he would actually have gone to war. Like he had like gashes, broken bones, all this crazy shit. I was like, dude, why are you doing this? This doesn't seem fun.
It's hardcore, man. It's dangerous too, but it's fun. It's the closest thing to being there,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, jeez, the freaking wheeze, man. I can't. I can't believe it. But okay, moving on. Let's see here. Let's get into our next one here. So. Going over to the villain side, we start out with Joker versus Skeletor, which, by the way, I think is a fantastic matchup. I do think Ryan did a lot of good work on this, and I think we're all going to have a lot of fun because of the effort that he put in here. But let's go around. Let's talk Joker and Skeletor. Al, who you got in this one, man?
Man, it's so tough, but I'm going to have to ride with Skeletor, man. Like, Skeletor's got some tools in the bag, bro. Like Joker's crazy and maniacal and can pull off some stuff, but I don't know if you're messing with Skeletor, man. Like that dude used to give me nightmares back in the day. So I'm rocking with Skeletor on that one, man.
Definitely. Ken, what do you think, man? Who you got?
This one is tough. I was thinking a lot about this one and I was looking it over. I don't know. Because I mean, popularity wise, that's still tough because Skeletor, you just got to think of all the memes, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. If it wasn't for the memes, I would definitely clear-cut victory for Joker. But the Skeletor memes have literally, it's just like the prequel memes. It's like given new life and sort of elevated. Yeah. I agree with you.
So I don't know. That's a tough one for me. But I think ultimately, actually, I don't know. I was about to say I was going to go Joker, but I don't know. That's a really tough one. I don't know if I could call it.
Jason, what do you think, man?
No, I think Skeletor wins on three fronts. He's got the better laugh. He's got the better look. And I think he's got the better brain and brawn too. If we were just pitting the two of them in a one-on-one fight, that's not what we're doing. Oh, wax the floor. I mean, Joker needs time to think and prepare, and he's got these elaborate schemes, and that's great. But you get him one-on-one, he's done. And Skeletor, man, you can't mess with Skeletor. I mean, I think, and even popularity-wise, I would say that people are going to look at this, and they're going to look at the Joker, and the real-life battle. I think that's where it's going to be won, because even in popularity, I think people are going to take a look at the Joker and like, there's no way he could ever beat Skeletor. That's a matchup there that it'd be nice to see the Joker get a little bit of love, but I don't think he's going to get. I think Skeletor is going to win hands down.
Ooh, okay. So this is interesting. So here's the thing. I'm feeling what you're saying here, but I once the last time I underestimated Joker was when I came out and told everybody there was no way the Joker movie is going to get towards $1 billion. I was like, this movie's not even going to make 500 million. I remember I saw it opening night. I was like, this movie's unrelatable. It's confusing. It's kind of creepy. Nobody's going to see this movie. This isn't a repeat viewing movie and all that sort of stuff. So the last time I underestimated Joker, I had to freaking eat my words. So I might have to go with Joker on this one, just to kind of be like, look, man, I can't do that again. I can't be overestimated as well. I see people in chat saying that they just got the notification for live. Look, I would love to blame YouTube. That one might be on me, guys, because because I got out of the Patreon stream, and I tried to do this stream at 8. Like I was live at 8, believe it or not, but I was live to an audience of no one because I still had it as unlisted. And then I was like, oh, shit. And then I tried to change it to listed and put it up again, and YouTube just assumed it was unlisted again. It was, like, terrible. So that might be on us, actually. But this is kind of a different one anyways. We're only going to go for probably, like, 25, a half hour longer than this. But I definitely wanted to just hang out and talk about this bracket tonight anyway. So let's get into the next one. This one's a good one, too. Voldemort and Frieza. Holy crap. This is going to be fun, man. Al, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Voldemort and Frieza, man?
So just based on my limited knowledge of Dragon Ball Z, man, and where that fandom is, I think Frieza's got this one in the bag, bro. Like Voldemort is cold, but that Frieza dude looks like he's somebody that you don't want to mess with.
No,
so
you definitely know.
I'm totally looking at every one of these as if they were actually going to fight too. So when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think that gold dude might have it. That's where I'm putting my money.
Gotcha. Ken, what do you think, man?
Yeah, Frieza's gonna spank Voldemort.
Ooh, he's gonna spank him. He's gonna spank him. I don't know. What do you think, Jason? You are you agreeing with these guys?
No. This one's gonna take a little bit longer for me to really come to an answer on. But I'm leaning Voldemort, quite frankly. Yeah. You know, I just I think that. It's just popularity. I mean, you got to sneak a Harry Potter in there somewhere, and Harry's gonna lose. So I'm thinking Voldemort. Maybe just on popularity alone.
Yeah, could be. I'm leaning Frieza myself, but it's gonna be interesting because this is one of those matchups that neither one of the characters is a big part of the content that we make over here. Mm-hmm. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how people vote on that. You know what I mean? And look, I'm assuming we'll get a percentage of people that aren't even really hardcore Den of Nerds people that see the thing on Twitter or see the thing on Instagram and like vote on it. And you never know. Like it could really just depend on who those people are that come in. They could really affect it, right? But I think in general, there are more people that are fans of Frieza around the world than are fans of Voldemort. Even though Voldemort was a really great villain, Frieza is just like one of the most iconic villains of all time, and particularly like going back to that first arc. Well, I guess it's not the first arc of Z, but like where Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time on Namek. And I know Al, we're trying to train you up. We're gonna get you.
Oh yeah, don't worry, man. I'm thinking about hitting that Dragon Ball crash course this week, man.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
Yes.
We'll get you set up.
I might dive in. I might have to dive in, man.
But this dude was a dude that like was a horrible villain for like a whole generation of kids, man. Like when he kills this one character to set Goku off, it's just like, whoa. So I think there'll be a lot of people that sort of love to hate Frieza and will end up voting for Frieza. What do you guys think in chat? Let us know.
Yeah,
Trinity says Frieza wins.
Voldemort love.
A lot of Voldemort love. Nice. Okay. This is going to be interesting here.
Yeah, I have a question I want to ask, but I want us to get through the second half of the bracket. But I have a question to pose to y'all when we finish the bracket.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, it's pretty split on that actually. That's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be really fun. Taking off. Have a great night. Miss the Patreon stream. Yo, don't worry about it, Trev. It's all good. I forgot about the Patreon stream until Jason hit me up about that earlier today on Patreon. I was like, holy shit, it is the first Monday of the month. So look, we're rolling with the punches today. It's one of those
Mondays, man.
It's one of those Mondays for sure.
No doubt.
All right, so let's work through. Next one is Thanos versus Sauron. Does she want to? Does she have an opinion on Sauron?
I got the stream like up on my TV so I could like see the chat and us.
Yeah.
She's like, "Wait, how are you there?"
Nice. That's awesome. What do you guys think about Sauron versus Thanos? So go to you first, Al. What do you think?
Hey, that's Thanos all day, man. Didn't Sauron get outsmarted by a bunch of little hobbits? Like, I'm sorry, Thanos, man. I've seen too much of this dude, man. He finds ways to get it done, man. And I think that Infinity War and Endgame love train is gonna be coming strong with Thanos, man. So I think that's gonna be that one's gonna be a landslide, I think.
Yeah. I tend to agree. Ken, what do you think? Thanos and Sauron. Who's gonna win? Who's walking away with that dub?
I'm with Al on this. I think like popularity and like timing wise, really good for Thanos. It would have been interesting, like, because I feel like if we did this kind of around the time of the Lord of the Rings movies, it would have been Sauron.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Thanos kind of takes it easy here.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you there. Al, I see you're back and forth with Mav in the chat. That's hilarious. Mav was talking about how Thanos got thwarted by a rat in a storage unit, which is kind of true. Jason, what do you think, man? Sauron, Thanos, what do you think?
The problem is, I heard people going into this blindly saying Thanos was going to walk away with it without even knowing who he's up against. So I think there's such a bias right now to Thanos. I don't think there's any way he loses.
Yeah.
But if I had my wish, it would be for Sauron.
Yeah.
And especially Sauron in his physical form in the end of the Second Age.
Yeah.
Of course, and again, he got bested by a human at that point too. So what am I saying? But yeah, no, I would like to pick Sauron just to see a Sauron and a Gandalf final. But I gotta say Thanos, even without the gauntlet.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, and I think that it's awesome that you brought that up with Sauron in physical form in the Second Age, because I'm hoping that's something we get to see in the show. Actually, is Sauron in the Second Age, because the show is taking place in the Second Age, I believe.
Yep.
And yeah, that would be really cool, because I'm not super up on all of my Lord of the Rings lore, but when I was like kind of looking into Sauron, it kind of made me he gave me some real Loki vibes. I think he's obviously more powerful than Loki is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but some kind of like Loki vibes where he's like hanging out on Middle Earth, just corrupting people and like tricking people and doing stuff like that. Dude, tell us a little bit about Sauron in the Second Age. I want to do story time with Jason.
No,
Yes.
No, not right now. Not right off the top of the cuff, especially since my extent of Sauron in the Second Age was the preamble to the movies.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna try to fake my way through it. I'm not gonna lie,
dude. You know,
I haven't read. It's been a while since I read the books, and I just pretty much lived off of the extended edition of the movies. But
well, most of that info is in the Silmarillion, right?
Yeah, I have not read the Silmarillion.
Yeah,
the thing read like the Bible. I tried reading it a long time ago, and I never got through it.
I think all Tolkien kind of reads like the Bible. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I like those books, but not really. Like, Return of the King is a really good book, but bro, that book is hard to read. Like, that is literally a hard read. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, dude, Jesus. Like anyway. Let's move along. Let's move on down to Darth Vader, Agent Smith. What do you think, Al? Vader and your boy Agent Smith. Did another Matrix dude pull a bad?
Dude, this broke my heart. This is the one matchup that I shed a tear. I was like, how could you, Ryan? How could you? Like, you can't. Those dudes are destined for a matchup in the finals. This is like in the playoffs in sports, when you get like the two best teams playing in the first round of the damn playoffs. It's like, well, that's a fucking ruin. So it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
But I mean, oh my God, it's like I want to go Vader because Vader is Vader, and you can't. But Smith is just the epitome of dope villainy. I love that dude. So it's so hard, but
he got beat by a time traveling stoner. Ted beat him. No, Vader's gonna wipe the floor with him.
Yeah,
man.
Vader. I can't see how Anakin's gonna lose that fight, man. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any way. Like Smith's gonna put up a good fight, even if it was in the Matrix, he might do some trickery and try and clone himself over my man Vader, but nah, dude, Vader's gonna force choke the shit out of him in the first 5 minutes of that fight. It's a wrap. It's
Nice.
gonna they're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
vote
yeah.
they're gonna vote Smith into oblivion in that fight, man.
They might. I see some Smith love in the chat, but yeah, that's gonna be tough. Ken, what do you think, man? Who do you got?
I feel like real fight in the Matrix, I'd give it to Smith, but I think in terms of like what the vote's gonna be, I can't see Vader losing this like vote wise. I think like our fans are like so hardcore Star Wars that like
Yes.
it would blow me away if Smith was even like close, to be honest.
Yeah. That's probably you're probably right. What do you think, Jason?
Agent Smith wouldn't stand a chance in a real fight either. Man,
Yeah.
Vader would just wax him. Vader would, he'd force go into the Matrix. Yeah, I don't care whatever. Enter the world between worlds and go meet Agent Smith on his own terms and still wipe the floor with him.
Yeah.
Agent
Yeah,
Smith is.
it's just
I always. And Al, don't get mad at me. I always thought Agent Smith was a weak sauce villain, even in his movies.
man.
I just,
Oh,
man,
man.
I
man.
was, I just.
Well, I mean,
I had no
that's
love for him.
that's fine because you can call him a weak sauce villain because Smith was actually the hero of the Matrix, sir. He saved humanity, not Neo. The hell with Neo. It's all about Smith, my man. Smith did that. Smith did that.
Wait, so how do you figure that? What's the logic there?
Dude, because so with Smith, it's like with Neo was just an iteration of the system's form of control. Smith
Right.
was the one that actually burst the paradigm and said, no, you know what? Damn that. Humans are the problem. Without Smith and his insistence on eradicating everything, Neo would have never had his opposite or his negative to fight. That was the one thing that the Oracle finally figured out was there needs to be another side equally as powerful as the one in order for this to work. And
Yeah.
Smith was that dude. It's like she tells him in what you call it in episode 3 or what is it? The Revolutions. She calls him a bastard, and he's like, "Well, you would know, Mom," because she figured it out. He was the missing link, and he went through. It was his story. There's a dope video, and I can't think of who did it, but there's a super dope video on YouTube where a guy like breaks this down, and I was like in love when I saw it because I was like, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. It's like for somebody to finally tell the truth. Smith was the one. It wasn't Neo. Neo was just a carbon copy of the other 6 predecessors.
Dang, dude.
Smith was that dude. Like, and I was a Neo fan. Like, I love Neo to death, man. But Smith drove that train, bro.
Man,
That's
Al,
pretty
you might
interesting.
have a point here because Agent Smith was really the first person to, humans had transcended into the Matrix and out of the Matrix, but Smith was the first one to go from the Matrix into reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I had to give you that one.
Yeah,
man.
I'm telling you, man.
Good. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to
like
look up that
realizing
YouTube video.
Daniel was the,
Yeah, I'll shoot you the
bad
link,
guy.
bro. But that video does a damn good job. I almost think it might be Film Theory who did it, so I'll have to check it.
Okay.
I'll find it
Yeah.
and send it to you. But yeah, it's a video where they essentially tell you how Smith was the one and not Neo, and it basically connects those dots, and you realize, damn, this shit really wouldn't have popped off without Smith. Smith is the dude that like saved humanity. It was a
That's
program.
wild.
The irony of it is so crazy that the program was the one who saved humanity, not the human.
That is pretty wild. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. All right, so this is what I want to do next. I want to know, and let us know in chat, folks. Who's your final 2? Who do you see making it to the final 2? Hero versus villain. Who do you think's gonna be in that final 2? Take a moment if you need to, but then drop it into the chat. Al, do you have your final 2?
It's tough, man. If I had to pick right off the top of the head right now, I'm gonna go Thanos versus Goku. But that's just because, and this kind of leads into the question I had, but that's because I think Goku's gonna sneak up and shock a lot of people and pull that upset over Luke. And that's the question I have
He
too.
will need to pull.
It's gonna be a
if
huge
he can
upset.
make it out. If he can make it out of round 1, but then he's probably gonna have to face Batman in round 2.
Yeah,
You're telling me
that's
my
true.
man's gonna go through Luke and Batman?
Dude, I'm telling you this from that heroes bracket, it's either going to be Goku or hear me when I say this, and I mean it, He-Man.
Oh no.
What?
Yes,
Dark
Oh,
horse.
no.
I'm telling you, somebody, one of these votes is gonna get so skewed that somebody's getting screwed, and it's either going to be at Goku's benefit or at He-Man's benefit. One of them cats is making it to the finals. Mark my words.
How does He-Man beat Spider-Man?
How does
The inter-
He-Man beat Spider-Man?
Because the internet. Because the internet. There are
Okay.
going to be so many people. What I predict this is going to happen with at least one of these. We're going to be tracking, and we're going to see somebody getting slaughtered. And I'm thinking it's going to be Spider-Man, He-Man, and then somebody's gonna pull together and get like 50 million bots.
Yeah.
And by the end of the night, somebody's gonna be like, "How did this gonna be like the Florida election and shit?" Like,
I know, right?
Did He-Man pull this off? Like,
Yeah,
I'm telling
for
you,
sure.
bro, that's what I see happening, man. So it's either I'm gonna call it though. I'm gonna say, dude, changing it. He-Man versus Thanos in the finals.
Damn.
That's what we
All right,
got.
Ken, I'm gonna go to you. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll go to you, Ken, and then if I'm not back, go to Jason. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right. I was so with you until you went He-Man. I really think Goku, Thanos, but actually, it all depends on that first round. If Luke manages to beat Goku, then I'm thinking Batman, Thanos. But if Goku wins that first round, I think he's going all the way. Goku, Thanos. But yeah, like if Goku can beat Luke, I think he can beat Batman easy. But yeah, that first one is a rough one for Goku. So I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think of JP?
You know, Al, I think you might have something there with He-Man, but I don't think it's going to be bots. I think it's going to be kitsch factor. I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't put it past a whole bunch of people to look at that matchup and be like, everybody's going to expect me to vote Spider-Man.
Right. I'm
just going to
you.
go vote He-Man.
I'm just
and all of a sudden you get
be contrarian.
just to be contrarians, and all of a sudden you got a whole mess of people not realizing that they all voted for He-Man. And
He-Man, it's like, oh,
yeah, I was just kidding when I did that.
It's like, oh shit, I didn't really think he was gonna win.
I didn't think he was gonna do it. Yeah,
right.
Well, it's 2016, but anyway.
So too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Sorry. So if I go with my heart, I want to see a Gandalf Vader final, but I don't think Gandalf's got the legs to make it past Batman. Or Luke. So I'm gonna have to go Batman, Vader in the finals. I think Vader is going to upset Thanos in the second round and cruise past Skeletor, who's going to defeat Voldemort. And I think you're going to see a Batman-Vader final.
Huh. Batman-Vader final would be crazy, because didn't they do a screw attack? I think they've actually had like some fake like fights on the internet a bunch before, actually.
Yeah, I've seen the Batman-Vader one before.
So I've got an interesting pick. It's actually kind of opposite of something that Al was saying. Believe it or not, I think Spider-Man is actually going to win the heroes bracket, because I think he'll actually, and you know, look, if some He-Man fan buys a bot or buys a million bots and figures that out, that can happen. I think Spider-Man will walk through He-Man, and I actually think he's got an incredible second round. He's probably got the easiest second round out of anybody in the tournament once he makes it through He-Man. I think there's just no way from a fan perspective that Spidey would lose to either Gandalf or Harry. The finals or the semifinals will be tough. No matter who comes out of the bottom part of the bracket, it'll be a tough matchup for him. But legitimately, Spidey could beat, on popularity, any of those people that could come out of that. So I actually think, because of the way his first setup is, has possibly the easiest road to the finals. I personally think whoever comes out of the bottom part of the villain tournament side will be the winner, but it's going to all be about that second fight, because I think the second fight is Thanos versus Vader, and that is a battle for the ages. Like, that is just so tough, because Thanos, before the MCU was around, it obviously would have been Vader. But literally, the goal of Feige and the goal of the Russo brothers was to make Thanos the new Darth Vader for this generation, and they did it. Like the memes and everything. Like it's super duper works. But if I had to put all my money on it, I would say it's Spider-Man versus Vader in the finals. And now that we've said our top two, I want to go around and just find out, who do you guys have as winning your top two? Al, you first, brother.
I think it's gonna be Thanos, man. I think that wave, man, it's the freshest one. I think that MCU in-game wave, man, is gonna propel Thanos all the way to the finals, and then it doesn't matter who shows up on that hero bracket. Thanos is beating that ass, man. Thanos is coming for it.
Nice. Yeah, no, I'm feeling it. Ken, what do you think?
This is so hard. 'Cause my two were Goku and Thanos, but now you got me like rethinking like who's even gonna win the hero side, Jeff? Because we mentioned like Spider-Man could really go really far, I think.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man is sort of a sleeper hit just because of that.
Yeah.
I think his first round is super soft, and honestly, that second round is a cakewalk for him.
Yeah, I think
Like-
he would though if Batman comes out.
That would be tough,
on the
yeah.
bottom side, I think he would have a real tough matchup against Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure who would come out on top there. But I guess if it were my two, Goku and Thanos, popularity wise, like Al was saying, just with Endgame, I think it's got to go to Thanos.
Okay, gotcha. Jason, what do you think, man?
Yeah, my heart bracket of Gandalf and Vader, that'd be an easy one for me. I'd pick Gandalf, but that's not really the one I'm going to be going with. So I got to go with my final of Batman versus Vader, and I got to pick Vader in an upset.
Yeah,
I gotta think the Dark Lord of the Sith managed to pull one over on the Dark Knight, and I think you're gonna end up with a Vader taking the whole thing.
Yeah. No, I got you. So I think if it comes down to Spidey Thanos, unfortunately Thanos would probably win, but I think it'll be close, actually. I don't think it'll be a landslide, but I think there'll be enough people that just give Thanos the edge over it. People really like Spidey, but like Thanos is just, his popularity is on like a whole nother level at this point. But I think if it's Vader Spidey, which is the other way I think that it could go, if it's Vader Spidey, I think Spidey actually edges it out. Even though like people absolutely love Vader, for some reason there's just something about that matchup that I think people would go with Spidey for. So I guess my final call, and I'm still going to think about this. Like I want to like sleep on it and like think about it, because you don't have to submit guys a bracket until the end of this coming weekend. So you've got time to figure it out and then submit your bracket. I'm going to pick probably Thanos winning it all, which is crazy because I think that kind of makes three of us here that are thinking Thanos is probably going to take it, right?
Yeah, that's who I'm picking.
Yep. It's pretty wild. I don't know. And I saw some super chats come in. I do appreciate the super chats. Thank you so much. Adam West Batman versus Phantom Menace Vader. That would be a hilarious matchup. That would be really cool to see. So thank you, Christian. I appreciate that super chat for sure. I don't know. Well, let's just open it up to the chat here. We'll probably go for just like 10 more minutes. What do you guys think in chat, and do you have any questions at all for any of us up here, or just questions in general about it? Spidey gets recast and Spidey forfeits. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Justin says, yep, Mad Titan for the win. Spidey will get force choked. We're talking about that. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to get this kicked off starting next week and see the votes actually rolling in. It's going to be pretty interesting. Who the hell seeded this bracket? It is Ryan.
Please direct all complaints to Ryan.
Yes, it is going to be Ryan.
Nerds.
And Ryan's going to be on the morning stream tomorrow, guys. So make sure you come by the morning stream tomorrow, and you can yell at Ryan about the bracket if you'd like to. Let's see here. Renee says, anything we need to consider? Like, is it Batman with prep time? I think it's always Batman with prep time, personally. Anyone here know Captain EO? I would actually love to know
Oh my God.
if anybody knows. Do you know
Let
Captain
me tell you
EO?
something. Let me tell you something right now.
Yeah.
Stop the damn video. Let me get serious here for a second. If Captain EO showed up, it's a wrap. Captain EO's using the forces of magic and music, and none of these suckers got a chance. Him, Hooter, they got this shit on lock, bro. Like, let's not start like that. Captain EO, shout to Bav. You just hit me right in the heart, bro.
Dude,
Captain
he was explaining it all to me because I was like, who the hell's Captain EO earlier?
Oh my God.
I was like,
Captain EO is, dude, that's classic. That's classic. I went to Disney
Ken, look it up, bro.
Yes. I went to Disney 2012 and lost my shit because they still had Captain EO at Epcot Center.
Did they really?
I got to see it in 3D. I was like, oh my God. Dude.
Is that Michael Jackson?
I cried watching Captain EO at Disney, bro. I will admit it. Grown man shit. I went and cried during Captain EO and just went recently and got an MJ tat on my leg. That's
nice.
my dude. Like, no bullshit, man.
That's awesome.
You and me, bro. You ever need anything in Texas? I got you, man.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty.
Didn't they
It's
pull
pretty
part
hilarious.
of Captain EO for the Moonwalker movie when he transforms into the giant robot?
Yeah. So, but that wasn't a part of Captain EO, but the
But it was like it's.
Yeah, they kind of used like that theme somewhat, but yeah, it's kind of a separate thing. But there's a song from the Captain EO movie that's on the Bad album, which is essentially what the Moonwalker soundtrack was the freaking Bad album. So yeah, there's some tie-ins there, but yeah, man, like,
well, maybe in
Captain
the next
EO,
bracket we'll have Captain EO on there for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
Francis Ford Coppola directed Captain EO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was another one that blew my mind. Yeah, like, dude, like Mavs explaining all this shit to me this morning before we went live, and I'm just like, dude, why are you clowning me right now? Like, dude,
Captain EO, dude.
Yeah,
it's literally, somebody just said it in the chat. Shout out to Jonathan Velasquez. He said it's like Michael Jackson meets Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Spot on.
That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. All right, folks. So that will bring this community stream to a close. Thanks for being here. Captain EO's taking the next one the whole way. And
says Captain EO's gonna be in High Republic.
I know, that's what he was hitting me with earlier. He was like, "You think he's gonna be in the High Republic?" I'm like, "Who the hell's Captain EO?" And then he was like,
"Diversity, hashtag diversity."
Hey, look, diversity was on that whiteboard twice. I can't fucking believe it.
Oh my God!
This is
Diversity should be on the bracket.
Dude, the diversity on the whiteboard should have been on the bracket.
Dungeon Master.
Diversity would have taken it a route.
I tell you what, if it was a matchup between like fanboys and diversity written on a whiteboard, it's diversity written on a whiteboard all day. Diversity written on a whiteboard, it would destroy fanboys, as it clearly already has.
Yes,
as it clearly already has. All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for this one. Make sure you check out the morning stream tomorrow. We're going to be talking a little bit more about this with Ryan as well, so you can bring your complaints about matchups or stuff like that. This is going to be so fun. It's going to be so cool to talk about these votes, to see whose bracket's doing well, and to talk about all that. It's going to be really cool. So thanks, everybody on the panel, for being here tonight. I appreciate you guys. And, as I always say, guys, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy evening. And we'll see you in the next video. And then I got to wait because it's like delayed. The stream's like a little bit delayed. I always like cut it off too early. And now it's going to randomly cut off